October 24, 1996, 18-year-old TyRon Lewis was shot and killed during a traffic stop by two white St. Pete police officers, resulting in 2 days of rioting and violence by a large portion of St. Pete's black community and cementing the young teen's legacy into the heart of the city forever. TyRon was stopped by St. Pete police officers Jim Knight and Sandra Minor at a red light on 18th Avenue and 16th Street South for speeding when the confrontation took place, initiating when TyRon and a friend reportedly refused to unlock their car doors or get out of the vehicle. Knight claimed he feared for his life when he shot TyRon multiple times after the car lurched forward and the officer believing TyRon was trying to run him over. Ultimately, the 18-year-old died before reaching Bayfront Medical Center and marked the incident as the 6th police shooting of that year in St. Petersburg, happening just 1 week after another shooting in the same area. Within moments of the incident, hundreds of people in the neighborhood began to converge on the scene, shouting and throwing objects at officers. But by that night, the violence in the south region of the city escalated quickly. One local business owner recalled all hell breaking loose when additional officers arrived in the area wearing riot gear. A Tampa Tribune photographer was reportedly beaten by 3 men. Another crowd throwing bricks attacked the WTOG news truck while a cameraman was inside, and a TV station reporter's car was also set on fire. The rioting continued through the night until local police escalated their presence, equipped with tear gas and riot gear, and backed by 200 Florida National Guardsmen, which arrived under the orders of then-Governor Lawton Chiles. After the smoke cleared, the St. Pete riot resulted in 11 injuries, one of which being a police officer, 20 arrests, and multiple fires set by rioters, causing an estimated $6 million in property damage for the area. While lesser known on a national level, the state of Florida's issue with race relations has been persistent throughout its history. As a slave state in the Confederacy, federal troops had to force some plantation owners to free their slaves. In the 20th century, the divide between blacks and whites remained apparent. Many poor blacks worked in the tourist industry in St. Petersburg, but were forced to live at least a mile inland from the coast. Some communities near the city created sundown laws which barred blacks from entering the city limits during the night. This climate led to a series of violent race-related incidents in the 1980s and 1990s, to include the riot reaction to the TyRon Lewis shooting. The initial response of St. Petersburg police administrators was that Knight violated policy by getting in front of TyRon's car, and the department allegedly suspended him for 60 days without pay. But a grand jury concluded that because Knight was in reasonable fear of imminent death or great bodily harm, he was justified in killing TyRon, and that the incident was not racially motivated. When the grand jury's decision was announced 3 weeks after TyRon's death, this led to a second wave of riots, beginning with St. Pete police officer Keith Glasgow being shot in the leg outside the National People's Democratic Uhuru Movement headquarters, a black separatist group renowned to the city's African-American community. In 2016, the International People's Democratic Uhuru Movement changed the name of the 18th Avenue and 16th Street South intersection to TyRon Lewis Avenue to commemorate the 20th anniversary of his passing. The group's decision to put the street sign up angered many of the local police officers and prompted the Suncoast Police Benevolent Association to call on then-Mayor Rick Kreisman to have it removed. The Uhurus kept tight guard on the sign, at one point chaining themselves to it for hours. However, it was promptly removed while left unattended by a city worker within days of its unveiling. And if you didn't know, now you know.